Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a favor for one of my clients that I groom. And this is going to be probably the furthest that I've ever pushed myself from Pawdeville. But this is the client today. So today's client is homeless and was rescued. He was almost hit by a car. And this little guy is matted to a serious extreme, absolutely dirty and kind of infested with fleas and kind of everything. So the goal is to put him back to normal and see if we can find a home for him. So that is what my agenda is going to be for the next few hours. I have a soft side for dogs. I always have been since I was a little kid, and I actually saw a dog the same size hit in front of my house before. And we'll never forget that scene, never forget the sound. And actually, I always wanted to be a veterinarian since I was little. Probably what is probably the primary motivation behind me wanting to be a dog groomer. Well, I don't want to say I wanted to be a dog groomer, but I have groomed dogs on the side. I actually do it because I actually enjoy doing it, not so much for the money, but I enjoy doing it. And I like seeing pets and animals like really being treated fairly. That means taken out, taken care of, groomed. Because I know when a pet is groomed and the pet looks good and smells good, they're going to get more hugs and excitement and stuff like that. So me being able to put this little guy back in perspective and probably pull that personality and his haircut out of him to make somebody really enjoy him is pretty exciting for me. So I'm going to try to document this as much as I can and take you along with the experience with me. So actually just getting into him, I don't know if you can see, but I mean, this guy is matted. I mean, he's bad. So the goal is to not just treat him like a regular situation that a vet or somebody would and just cut all his hair off. The goal is to salvage as much of the coat as possible and get him back looking the way he's supposed to look. But man, if I got my work, I've never done a dog this extreme before. I mean, he's bad. And then he's outside of my balcony right here because he has a lot of fleas, and I got dogs and I don't need to have a flea epidemic. I lost a dog behind fleas and not playing around. Absolutely not playing around. So that's why I'd rather do him out here. And I can't dip him yet because there's no way in the world I would get these mats undone with him being wet, and I don't have the time to let him dry out and all that stuff after the fleas have died. If I had Confortis or something like that, which would be great to kill the fleas from the inside out. That's one thing, but I don't. So the goal is to get past his coat as soon as possible and, man, get him in some warm water and get all this dirt and stuff off of him. He's got some beautiful eyes. I don't know if you can see that, but they're like gold. He's got beautiful eyes. So I'm going to try to figure out a cut to really kind of accentuate that and, again, see if I can get him looking as best as possible and find him an owner, or a new home, I should say. So this is how the process works. You can see right here, he had a ton of mats. You can see the little black dots. Those are all flea eggs and stuff like that. But basically, I cut through the mats, and that's what they look like. So all that was inside there. So what I meant by the goal is to cut the mats out and still keep the hair, so that way you don't have to shave them. That's what it's about. So I'm about to apply my little magic and see if I can really make him cool. I think I got some decent hair to work with. I'm excited to see the color because I know he's got a ton of dirt in his hair, and I want to see how he matches up, to be honest with you. I know he's going to be completely different, so I'm actually kind of excited. But sometimes you just got to give back, man, and give back to the vision, give back to nature, give back. And so I'm doing what I do. My gloves are like dirty already just from messing with his head, but I knew he was going to be bad. But Anyway, man, I'm excited to do this video. I'm excited to show you guys what he's going to look like when I get done. Whew. Alright, so I'm probably 15-20 minutes in, and I've been bit twice or 3 times or something like that. My gloves are in pieces now. My right thumb is killing me, and I have only worked on his shoulder area right there, but got a ton of mats out, so this is gonna be some work. So I figure, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, oh man, this is gonna be at least probably 2 hours worth of work. But anyway, again, we're on a mission. Got to give me some new gloves, and hope like hell I'm not bleeding from my thumb on my other one, because his teeth work. But anyway, about to get back in the game and see if we can get through them. And I wish I could set this up, but I'm using my cell phone in order to do the video, and I know my memory is going to run out pretty quick, so I got to do this in segments. So I apologize not having some video of me actually doing this, but just want to get through it so that way you can see hopefully a before and after in a really, really cool way. Taking me a timeout. I think we have kind of a mutual understanding. We haven't had any altercations with any teeth, but I am working on the other side of his head now, and see my pile is getting bigger, and got some more dreads over there, but he's coming along. He's coming along. I wish I could do some time lapse or whatnot, but dogs, after you you work on them for a while, they kind of get used to you, I guess, if you're gentle enough, and they'll kind of just let you do what you got to do, because they realize that, you know, the process is going to happen anyway. At least that's the way I communicate. But they relax and chill out and let you do what you got to do. But man, my thumb is still throbbing. I'm glad he didn't break the glove or break the skin, but man, that's hurting like hell. But anyway, hope to be done in a couple hours. Alright, so I don't have my watch, but I'm thinking it's probably been about maybe an hour and a half, I think. And now he's starting to sit up, and it's one thing about a dog being groomed. When they're dirty, they know they're dirty. They know they're bad. And then when they get good, they start running around. They feel like they got a little bit of life and whatnot. So this is what he looks like so far. My other little pile. And I expect that pile of hair is going to be the same size he is by the time I'm done. I'm just working on his left side now, and then got to flip him over and do the rest. Looks like I'm able to salvage a little bit of hair out of him. I think he's probably like a Shih Tzu, some kind of poodle mix, because he's got curly hair and Shih Tzu's hair is really straight. But I don't know, but obviously he is a mix because his feet are really, really short and his head is kind of big, so he's got some things going on. But anyway, I am looking forward to hopefully getting him into the bathtub in the next hour and a half or something like that. You can see the big mats in the middle of his body are no longer there, so I had to cut through those. They were a son of a bitch. But it is what it is. Funny enough, I was thinking too as I was doing it, this is kind of something that's been on my bucket list. I always wanted to do a dog that, you know, like you see on Facebook, that's like really, really jacked up and neglected, hair matted, whatever, and fix him, put him back to the way he's supposed to be. So this is it. I can't imagine it being any worse. But there's no team, just me, and I am in the game. My gloves are about done. But I'm in the game, and I'm gonna get them done, and hopefully present a nice before and after. All right, so basically, I'm down to his hind legs now, and I done laid out his hair, so that's like another him, and then that's him, and then that's him. Ain't that cool? So I like to get artistic even with mats. That's weird, huh? Anyway, as soon as I finish his hind legs, man, dude's going down into the tank, do a flea dip, and then I don't even know where to begin his tail. His tail is just one big paddle now. It's not even a, it's like a huge dread. I don't even know how that's gonna be salvageable, but anyway, that's what I'm down to. So I can't wait to get him down there cleaned up, and I'm sure his coat's gonna change colors, like I said, because he's so dirty. And then see what kind of hair I got to play with in order to cut him into shape and give him a little body or whatever, give him a little face. Anyway, be back. Okay, so my legs killing me. So we got a full dog. Can we get a full dog? Full dog. Full dog. Anyway, I was able to salvage the tail, which I was kind of happy about. So this tail is not going to look like a Chinese crested or something, or rat tail. But anyway, we are kind of set to go do a flea dip, and that's our next step, so that way we can get them all cleaned up. So now we're at the blow drying phase. And I'll be back to you when I get ready to cut them up, put a face on them, and hopefully we'll be all good.